Ciao. Let's do it. Hello, and hello. Welcome back to another episode of Jay's Days. Before we get into everything, we're gonna do what we always do, and that is our shout out.
Shout out.
We want to say shout out to all of our likers, all of our subscribers, all of our sharers, all of our friends and our family. We do this for you, and by we, I do mean me. Now, let's get right into it because, man, I'm so tired. Like really tired. I'm sick and tired, and I'm tired of being sick and tired. Like, we're seeing so many things happen in today's society, just alone with African American people, and it is so taxing. It's toxic, it's taxing, it's irritating, it's pissing me off. It's pissing a lot of us off, and we're feeling some type of way, like all day, every day. My emotions have been all over the place, and I know so many other people are feeling the same way that I am, and it is so imperative that the people who are around you understand. I'm not asking you to go out and kill nobody. I'm not asking you to go out and beat nobody up. I'm not asking you to do any of the things that the people who are doing what they're doing to us, I'm not asking you to do that to them. I'm not. What I'm asking you to do is understand, empathize, or sympathize, because you can't empathize because you don't understand. You don't get it. You haven't been through it. You're not with me on that. So sympathize with me, as well as know your privilege. Understand your privilege, as well as educate the people around you once you get educated. Like, it's not my job to continue educating everybody in your circle. It's not my job to continue educating everybody in my circle. Once it has been made clear and made known that there is a problem, 9 times out of 10, you should be the one saying, hey, okay, my black friends are feeling this type of way. I should probably do some research, whether that be research with them by asking them questions on what it is that you should do, or go online, because Google is free. I can go on Google and get all of my notes. I can go on Google and get all the information that I need to understand what is going on. But it's so crazy because people are saying that they don't understand what's going on, and it's everywhere. People are explaining it everywhere. So what is it that you don't understand? I'm confused. I am confusion right now because it's hard for me to understand how you don't understand. It's very evident. Everything is very evident and very present. This whole George Floyd this whole George Floyd murder has basically set everybody off. Everybody. Whether it be white folks, black folks, Latino folks, it doesn't matter. It set everybody off in some way or another. And it has caused me to start looking at things, start explaining things, start looking at people, I should say, a little bit differently, start educating people a little bit more thoroughly. The people in my circle, I know for certain I am trying to educate and make a difference with them. But child, I'm tired, because it's like, why are we sitting here having to explain to you why somebody being murdered is wrong? Like, I'm confused. If I take the color out of it, just take the color out for 1 second. Somebody was murdered and y'all are confused as to why people are upset about it. You should be upset too. If y'all are saying that all lives matter, okay. Well, a life was taken and has not received any semblance of justice for that life being taken. So where is your outrage? Where is your concern for the life that was taken, since all lives matter? So what you're inevitably saying to me is that you really don't care about all lives. You just don't like that we're saying Black lives matter. So you would like to negate what we're saying by trying to be inclusive, even though you really don't care. Which inevitably pisses us off, because we're like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Like, yes, all of our lives matter, but apparently it needs to be said that Black lives matter because Black lives are being taken. Black lives are in danger. Black lives seem to have a target on their back for all of their lives, and y'all don't care. So we're sitting here, I walk out of my house, I'm sitting here on the porch, and I think that I'm too loud, and maybe somebody is going to complain, and then the police will be here, and I'm in trouble. Regardless of who's here, regardless of what's happening, regardless that I'm at my own residence, I can be murdered in my own home just for being in my own home making this video. That's scary. But most of you don't have to worry about that. Most of you who are not black don't have to worry about that. Most of you who have lived a privileged life, and I shared earlier today, privilege does not mean that you haven't had a hard life. White privilege simply means that your skin color has afforded you a life that has made it so that you don't have to worry about, if I get pulled over, I'm going to die. If I go to the grocery store, I'm going to die. If I am simply being arrested peacefully, I'm going to have somebody sit on my neck for 8 minutes while I tell them specifically that I cannot breathe, and they don't let up, and I end up dying. So these are the things that we as African Americans and colored people are having to deal with. I didn't got ahead of myself because I'm really irritated, but I do want to tell y'all exactly what police brutality is, and it is a civil rights violation where officers exercise undue or excessive force against a civilian. Now there are some key words in here that I would like to touch on. It is a violation of your civil rights. We had a whole march, a whole movement for your civil rights. You know, the civil rights movement. So how is it that we are allowing, no, not we, because we aren't, but that the government and people who don't look like us, people who are in a position of power, are allowing our civil rights to be violated? There are laws in place to protect us against these types of things, but yet these laws aren't being used to help. I'm confused. Also, these officers are exercising undue and excessive force. Now, yes, officers are trained to use they're trained to use their skills in order to subdue a what would you call it, assailant or whatever. They're trained to do that, but they are also trained to know how to handle a situation in a way that will de-escalate a situation. As a flight attendant, we're taught and trained to de-escalate a situation. So if I, as a flight attendant, the police of the sky, have been trained to de-escalate situations, and you see we not shooting people or killing people, why is it that you specifically, a person trained to serve and protect the people of this great nation, are not able to de-escalate a situation or arrest a person, a black male or female, without murdering them? I'm like, it's so confusing to me. Also, we're civilians. We are civilians. None of us are trained to handle having a gun in our face. None of us are trained to handle being put with our hands tied behind our back while somebody is on our back. None of us are trained to go through being tased or any of that nature. So why is it that when you're doing what you're doing, you're not able to just talk to people? People understand verbiage, but you also have to assess, you as a police officer also have to assess your situation. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're trained to do. Assess the situation and act accordingly. Govern yourself accordingly. It's crazy because between 2013 and 2019, y'all police officers have killed over 7,000 people. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. This is y'all, I'm over this. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. The number of police killings disproportionately affects African Americans, despite us only making up 13% of the U.S. population. What? Like, how are we out here with only 13% of the population, yet we are the main ones dying at the hands of police officers? Make it make sense. Now, I keep seeing these people who are saying, like, black on black crime and all of this type of stuff. Honey, listen. Black people are killing black people, yes. White people are killing white people, yes. Latino people are killing Latino people, yes. What's your point? Because when Javon shoots Jared, black Jared, Javon goes to jail. But when Officer Bob kills Javon, Officer Bob gets paid administrative leave. That is where the problem comes in, specifically. First of all, Javon, I know me, complied, that's the word, yeah, complied with whatever it is that you asked him to do. So, why is it that Javon is dead? I'm confusion. Y'all are, we are 2 times more likely than white people to be killed by police. 2.5 times more likely to be killed at the hands of a police officer than a white person. And it's simply because we're black. I saw something else that stated like police officers were told to target black and Latino Americans. And it's just so disheartening that we live in a society where we have our George Floyds and our Philando Castillos and our Mike Browns, Eric Garners, Trayvon Martins, Sandra Bland, Alton Sterling, Freddie Gray, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Oscar Grant, Ramarley Grams, Rakia Boyd, Kendrick McDade, Jonathan Farrell, John Crawford, Tamir Rice, Walter Scott. We have like this list could go on and on and on, and it's just like I can't even. It's just so hard. Like my emotions are all over the place. This hurts. It hurts, and we're tired. We're so tired of having to deal with this. We're tired of having to talk about this. Like, I look at these people, and I'm upset because I'm like, I think about it and I'm like, this could be me. This could be me. And the only reason that some of our quote unquote white friends are saying something is because they're like, oh, well, if it was you, I would feel some type of way. Well, why don't you feel some type of way that a person was murdered? Like, I don't know. I do know, but it's crazy. It's just crazy and ridiculous. It's unfair, it's unjust, it's uncivilized. It's inhumane. It's inhumane. And they know it. Everybody knows it. But there are some people who are okay with this. This is okay. And it's not okay. It's not right. But you know what? We're gonna make some change. We are gonna make some change. Whether it be protesting, rioting, burning stuff down to the ground, whatever it is that we need to do, we're going to do. Because we've sat and we've taken it for years and years and years. And it is time. It's been time, but it's time. It's time. So, we're taking our lives back. We're taking our humanity back. We're taking everything back that you all have stolen from us. We're taking peace of mind. We're taking sanity. We're taking safety. I'm taking everything back. Everything. Y'all, this racism is the devil. And we're taking everything back. Taking it back. Taking it all back. Yes, I am. All right. But that's all I'm gonna say today, because it's too much, and it gets you emotionally. It sends you over the edge. Like I'm ready to fight, but I know that my fight is not with people per se, but it's against a system of oppression. So I won't fight physically, but I will fight the good fight. So I hope you all will fight with me and for me, over me and about me. So I love y'all, and bless up.